Hello, so my next instrument of torture is the small ball. So this is a spiky ball that I've got, but you can use just a firm circle ball, you can use a tennis ball, a golf ball's a little bit hard, but you could always use a golf ball if you're feeling strong or like you haven't got a pain threshold. So we'll start with the ball and we're going to bring it behind your back. So come and lay down with the ball one side to your spine in your lower back. And then we're just going to roll from left to right. So roll the ball to the side, move your hips to the side and back to the centre. So you're not going over your spine is in the centre and you're at the side of your spine. Just alter the position, so move it up and down. You're looking to start with, you want to be in that gap between your rib cage and your pelvis. So this kind of squishy bit in the centre can get really tight. So we're just rolling side to side, do that squishy bit at the side. Letting your hips roll from left to right. And then change sides, so take the ball to the other side of your spine and do the same thing the other side. So your feet press down into the floor, shoulders are soft and relaxed, your head is heavy, just rolling the ball from the side of your spine out towards your waist. In that gap, that squishy bit between the bones in your back, between your rib cage and your pelvis. And notice how it feels. If it's too much pressure, you can press on your feet a bit more, lift your hips up a bit higher, so it's a gentler pressure. If you want a deeper pressure, sink your back into the ball a bit more, and that'll give you a deeper stretch. If there's any real trigger points of pain, you can always hold still and breathe and relax in that position. And then release. Lift your hips up, bring the ball a bit lower down, so come down to the bottom of your back, so where your bottom is, and just come to the side again, and we're going to do the same thing, rolling to the side and back in. So you're on the top of your pelvis here, on the top of your hip bone, your big hip bone round, and you're just rolling to the side and then back to the middle. That swaying motion of your hips left to right. If the ball's trying to creep away from you, just reposition it. Notice where you feel any areas of tightness or tension. As I come out to the side, I can feel it a bit more. I can feel that tenderness, that sensitivity in my glute attachments. And then we'll change sides, so come to the other side, and the same thing on the other side. So rolling across, left to right, easing those muscles that can get really tight into your hip. They attach here at the top of your pelvis. It's a really nice exercise to just soften and get some massage, blood flow, circulation into that area. And again, as I do this, I'm feeling that more as the ball comes out to the side. I'm feeling that tenderness a bit more. But if there are any real points of clunking or pressure, then you can always just hold, press down, take a breath, soften and relax. Because we want to try and be as relaxed as we can be as we do these rollering exercises, because that helps to get deeper into the muscles and ease those tissues. Okay, and then we're going to bring the ball a bit higher up your back. So roll onto your side, bring it kind of around the back of your chest, again to one side of your spine, and then side to side. So lift your hips up, roll side to side. So here I'm just at the bottom of my shoulder blade. So bottom of my shoulder blade height, rolling in towards the spine and back out again. That feels tender. As I come towards the spine, I can feel the tightness, and then eases as I open. And then we'll go on the other side of your spine. So take the ball to the other side, roll out and in, out and in. Again, with this one, you can choose the pressure that you place on the ball to get an easier, if it's too much, lift your hips a bit higher, raise your chest up a bit more, push into your feet a bit more. And if you can handle it, feels good, sink your hips lower to the floor, put more weight onto the ball. And you can reposition it. They have a tendency to kind of move out of the position you want them to be in, so just reposition the ball if it's pressing on the spine or shifting out of position. And relax. Rest your hips down on the ground. We're going to come up to sitting, so I'm just roll onto my side, come up to sitting, and bring the ball underneath your leg. So we're going to get your hamstring muscles now. It can be an option to sit on a block or a cushion or a towel if your hamstrings are really tight, and that just helps your back be a bit longer. So maybe come and sit on something so you're propped up a bit. Legs straight out or slightly bent. Bring the ball mid-thigh level, so between your knee and your hip bone in the centre. Bring your hands down onto the ground, let that leg straighten, and then we're going to shift forwards and backwards. So it's rolling up the whole length of the hamstring. Toes pointing to the ceiling to start with. And now we'll turn your foot out to the side. So turn your toes out to the side and then roll up and down. More pressure down onto the ball, gives you a deeper stretch. Try and relax as you roll up and down. And then back to the centre, turn your toes in. So I'm just keeping this roll going, nice and rhythmic. You could slow down if you want to, you could hold any positions of tightness. Hamstrings can be quite difficult to get into, which is why using a ball is a bit better than using a foam roller, because you can get a bit deeper into the muscles. But they're quite hard to massage on your own. So this is quite a nice one with the ball where you can get down into it. And then you can just let your foot go in and out through that stretch, noticing and paying particular attention to any areas that do feel tight. And then relax, sit your bottom back onto that pillow again, sit nice and tall, reach your arms up, and then bring the ball underneath the other thigh. So get the position between your knee and your hip, mid-thigh position. Bring your weight onto your hands as you shift off your cushioning, and then we're going to come up and down again, forwards and backwards. Relaxing your leg as much as you can. So starting with your toes pointing up to the ceiling. Roll up to your bottom, roll down to your knee. So just an inch above your knee, inch lower than your hips, or your bottom as you come forwards and backwards. Pressing as much pressure down as you can if that feels comfortable. And then turn your toes out to the side, moving more into the side, all the way up, all the way down. Breathing all the time. Let your leg relax. Let your foot be floppy. Notice those areas of tightness and tension, sliding up and down the floor. Press your hands into the ground, try and keep your shoulders relaxed, elbows soft. Turn your foot back through the middle, turn your toes in. If you need to rest at any point, if your arms are aching, just take a rest. Come back into it. And then back to the centre, and you can just freestyle for a moment, moving the foot in and out, noticing those areas of tightness. Maybe you hold, maybe you pulse, put a bit of pressure. This leg definitely feels tighter than the other one, and you might find that, so just be aware of that. Compare the two sides. And then relax, rest your hips down, release your arms. And we're going to come up and do some of your upper back on the wall. So I'm going to kneel so that you can see me properly. We're going to bring the ball here. So it's going to come to the side of your spine, in between your shoulder blade and your spine. So here, kind of here level. And then you're going to lean against the wall. You can do this standing, I'm just doing it kneeling because it's easier to see. Lean against the wall and just roll from side to side, up body, side to side, and then you can go up and down. So if you're standing, you can bend your knees up and down. up and down, rolling the ball in between your shoulder blade and your spine, and this should feel nice, not nice. A nice, not nice stretch. And these ones where you're standing against the wall are really great because you can choose the pressure you have. So you can lean back a bit deeper. If you want a harder pressure, you can lean your weight a bit further forward, so you can really adjust the pressure that you put. And then we'll change sides. So bring it to the other side of your back, in between your shoulder blade and your spine. Lean yourself back against the wall, side to side, so ease across and back. Just going to adjust it a bit higher. And then up and down. So ease your body up and down. Bending your knees, straightening your knees. Down and up. Leaning back. Get that pressure into your back. Massaging through those knots, those areas of tightness, tension in your upper back. And this area can be really tight. You can get some nice stretch into that with this, because these are the muscles that you use when you stand, your postural muscles. Really tighten a lot of people. If you find a tight area of real tightness, position the ball, lean back, breathe, take a breath and try and relax the muscles. Just feel that stretch. Feel the sensation, soften and relax. You can do the smaller pulses or the longer movements. And then relax, take the ball away from the wall. Take a nice deep breath in, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Deep breath out, reach down to the ground. Reach one arm up and over, so your hand presses the floor, your other arm reaches high, and then come back down. Other arm, reach up. Lift your hand, your shoulder up to the ceiling, reach over, and then come back down. Well done, all finished. Good job.